Welcome to the Perfect Match Podcast. Oh, it's been so long.
It's been
a minute.
It's been all summer.
It's been all summer.
Technically still kind of summer, but doesn't feel like it anymore. It's brisk.
Does. It's, 4th of July, not 4th of July. After 4th of July, summer's over.
Shark Week, summer's over. Pretty sure Shark Week is this week.
Well, for me, it's when I walk into a Target or a Walmart and the back to school stuff is in my face.
That happens in July.
Yeah, after 4th of July.
Yeah.
Putting that stuff out there.
Well.
Anyways, summer's over.
Yes, summer's
over. Which means our schedules are freeing up.
Oh my
We finally have Tuesday and Wednesday nights open.
Yes, and
no more sports, no more family stuff, no more
family. I'm just kidding.
Done with family, but no more vacations,
right.
No more weird work schedules.
Even though we have a 2-year-old, not an actual student, but back to the schedule.
Yeah,
we're all back to school now.
Even people
nothing about our lives changes though.
Everyone. Whether you're in school, out of school, once August, September hits, you start to get more into that routine.
I'm going to buy some notebooks probably.
I'm
going to buy a notebook for a pod.
A pod notebook. Get a fresh one.
A fresh one, fresh supplies.
I feel like we're starting season 2 of our show.
I know.
Even though we've missed so much action and it's been so long.
But
took a little hiatus.
Yeah. We are going to have an official welcome back and talk about what we've been up to, what we're planning, whatever.
Yeah.
But right now, we're just going to catch up on Dirty Frickin' 30 because
Dirty 30.
It's the dirtiest and quite possibly the most entertaining season of the challenge.
And the fairest one.
Most fair. The fairest of them all.
It's like Cleopatra.
And
it is...
Wish we could show what you just did with your arms. No, but
it's fair. But it's also dirty. I don't know if you heard it's dirty.
They've mentioned it, it's called Dirty 30, so obviously, but they don't really talk about how dirty it is.
At no point do I feel like the producers are in their ears saying, mention dirty, say the word dirty.
The dirtiest, sneakiest, filthiest game of all time.
And in this last elimination, it actually did get dirty because they dumped mud on the loser.
Which is only because they're just shoving it down.
But
dirty. The clean one wins this time, guys.
But besides that, I don't think they mentioned the word dirty in that act of the mud, did they? They may have actually weirdly missed an opportunity that was right there.
What do you mean? No, TJ said it.
Oh, he did say it?
When the mud comes over. So we're on episode 4, obviously. If you...
Apologies for jumping in late. And we were in Wisconsin when episode 1 debuted. So it's just been catch up. It's been catch up.
Yeah, things have been just popping up. Just random things. And it's we were... For the past 3 weeks, let's pod tonight. And then...
Something will happen.
Didn't happen. So we're doing it. Seizing an opportunity. George is asleep. No obligations. Here we go. So let's just quickly go over the format.
Yeah, the format and some of the bigger picture moments of the first 3 episodes that we skipped out on. That.
Let's kind of
a couple takes we want to spill.
Some of the format, it's a lot.
It is a lot.
It felt messy at first, I'll admit, but I think now I get it, and actually now. Sitting with a notebook, watching the episode.
Yep.
Being able to figure out what went down in each episode because, we were just scrambling to catch 15-minute glimpses.
Yeah.
It took us maybe a full week to watch the last 10 minutes of episode 3. So frustrating.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah.
Okay, so what do you think of it?
Well,
TJ's great.
TJ's great, and he came out with a bang. They did maybe the first ever TJ interview where he says, I told him it's for $350, but it's really for $1 million. They're actually doing this. This is actually going on. It was very bizarre. But I like that he's taking on a more overall hosting role.
Oh, 100%.
They're leaving less up to that. This week on the channel, the community, less to that guy and more to TJ.
Love it.
Less to titles and more to TJ talking about it. And it's a commitment on his end. And I think I don't know. Do you think it was a little bit of pressure? Ooh, Victor Cruz did the Champs versus Pros.
And
He's knocking on the door, but TJ, he didn't know that Victor Cruz was terrible.
Oh yeah, that's true.
He might have felt like, I got to step it up a bit. This is Dirty 30,
Maybe.
and I'm going to be a dirty host.
It might also be his last episode out with a bang, but I hope not.
Could be, yeah.
It's just it's a theory. But that was so prominent this episode too. Not episode 2, episode 4. This episode as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was straight up scolding. He was like a teacher. You know, a mentor.
Yep. Scolding Tony, scolding Nelson, and like giving a Leroy, oh, that was the nicest thing ever.
Right, that was the realest deliberation thing I've ever heard. Mm-hmm. I just love him and his involvement.
Yep, absolutely. And he's killing it so far.
Killing it, reminding us at every turn that it's dirty. And
as much as he can.
And really, like, some of the cast, it's like, oh yeah, you're so dirty. Like, bringing Veronica back was a good way to solidify the theme in a way, in terms of casting.
And Anissa, and some of the, even Jemmy, like some of the people that have been off for a couple seasons.
But Brittany from season, 3 or something? Yeah. No.
Leroy.
LaToya? I mean, what is dirtiest as in... we barely remember
she's
you. Always dirty because she doesn't even
because she slept in that shelter for 4 days.
No, just because like she just immediately falls. She's always dirty at every challenge because she can't even like. I've never even seen her do anything.
It's always a slog. It's always a slog for LaToya.
Sorry, LaToya.
But so the overall format of the show, it's almost nice that we're coming into this in episode 4 because we didn't know the complete format. We still don't really know the redemption stuff, but we didn't know the complete format until episode 3 because we didn't know what the elimination, like voting, all that, the pulling the double X's.
What even that? That's why I was just like, there's so much happening.
Yeah,
this isn't.
It's finally like clean.
It is. We have one cycle because also the first episode was the Purge.
Yeah, and that
which was
like,
sweet and like. That also kind of, I guess I'm like OCD. It like kind of gave me anxiety in a way. I was like, no. Like this is already confused.
Like Darrell's going home, but then like 5 seconds later he's back. He has like second life, and it
was very, very like
it was a roller coaster.
It was a roller coaster, and it was chaotic, and I needed some stability from the challenge.
The challenge was much like the first episode of this season was much like our summer.
Oh my gosh! Yes,
just chaos.
That's why. Yes,
this is something I come to as a rock in my life, and I don't know what's going on.
And we were supposed to podcast about it. I was like, no, can't take any more. I just need to like get in my zone somehow. And this was not my zone because never had a purge.
Yeah, and
never had so much theme.
And it also was. Season 29, Invasion of the Champions, was so just weird the way that it was like, first it was individuals with the underdogs, then the champs came in, and it was teams, and then it was individual at the end, and they changed formats like 3 times within.
It took like 7 episodes to get a cycle.
Yeah. So to start off the first episode not knowing what was going on and have like the Purge, but then also the redemption, but also like how is this working, was very stressful as like, are they overthinking this again? Did they do it 2 seasons in a row? but no. they haven't.
No.
And
so it was the Purge.
Mm-hmm.
That was so crazy. We just talked about that.
The quality of that challenge, of the first elimination, all of these challenges and eliminations have been very well thought out by the producers. Like, intense competition, I mean, and just exciting finishes. Yes. All of these, the one where they're running through those funnels and CT's knocking people out.
The hallway?
The fact that was decided by 600ths of a second, and like Brittany came back to beat Brianna.
That was, but also, no, Veronica and Brittany were in a foot race.
Yes.
And that was like the closest.
Yeah, that was 600ths of a second.
I mean, TJ said it again when he was being Teacher Tej. He said, I said it once, I'll say it again. I thought he was going to say that the game was dirty. And I was going to be like, you didn't say it once. You said it 100,000 million times.
I've said it 17 times. I'll say it an 18.
He said, this is a great group of competitors. Close finishes. Love it, love it, love it. I mean, ammo.
Yeah.
But then again, like, what is Tony's deal? Okay, sorry, I'm jumping all over the place. So, back to the recap.
Yeah, back to kind of our big picture points. So episode 1 was chaotic.
First start, I'm already failing. Yes, chaos.
Stay on track.
You keep me on track.
Episode 1, chaos. We have the purge. All of a sudden, Darrell and Devin are gone, and we're like, we're scrambling. Then we get a glimpse at the Redemption House.
Still don't know what it's about.
Still don't know what it's about.
But then CT comes to the normal house.
Before he comes, Amanda leaves.
No, Ashley. That's right.
Ashley leaves.
But wait, so we don't have to go through all. Let's just kind of finish up. So what we were talking about with the whole what it is, and then we'll go to specifics. Is that fine? Because I just feel like because I almost don't even know if I fully get it. So we have a challenge, and the episodes are just jam packed with house, redemption house, nights out, TJ's takes. It's full, so we only get like one elimination and like half a vote, and then you find out the other half, whatever. So it's challenge. The losers of that challenge are then on the chopping block. Correct. And they like pair up in teams each time.
Yes.
Kayla, worst team picker of all time.
Yeah. Well, we don't know if they're going to pair up in teams each time because
I know, but
the first one was individual, and it was just whoever fell first; those were the losers, and that's
right.
Who got.
I guess maybe not.
We don't know. It'll probably vary. But maybe we'll have little.
There's losers and winners in each challenge.
Correct.
They don't pick their teams. You're right, but they did once. Whatever.
Some sort of division, losers and winners.
So the winners, the people who finished on top, they're safe.
They're safe,
and they get to choose right then and there at the challenge. Right, who goes in, or is that different each time?
They don't get to choose at the challenge. They choose at
the TJ
deliberation
in the house.
of TJ.
That's right.
And that is one of my favorite parts about this season.
Is that brought that back?
It's individual voting, but they still get to talk about it as a group, so they kind of can gauge. It has another level of mind game to it where the people that you're deliberating with aren't on your team. You're just the people who have votes. So you're trying to like sway people in that group, but also think long term and like
that's what Marie was like.
That's what Marie was really doing nicely, and Tori was like, I'm not vet enough to really speak my mind, but you still saw her like chiming in from the background. And it also is interesting because like Cara Marie, I think, said maybe we should save Camilla for later. Don't want to play that card now. Well, these aren't going to be the same teams each week. So next week, Camilla might be on your team as a winner, and you won't have a chance to throw her in.
Right.
That the level of like
they have to remember that too, because they feel like they're so used to playing teams when it comes to that.
And like you might not want your alliance on your team each week, as
so
we
that
saw
you
with
can
Kayla
have
and Jenna, but you might want it. Yeah, it's gonna be.
It's dare I say dirty.
It's a little grimy, muddy.
Potential for some filth, I'd say.
That dirt under your fingernails. That's what this season is.
Wait, so the winners nominate boy and girl from the loser half.
From the loser
bottom
half.
Finishers, top finishers vote in bottom finisher.
Yep.
Then they wait a day. The next night, they draw the double cross thing.
Maybe, I don't think they wait a day. I think
it's that night.
I think because it looked like, just for this last episode as example, they deliberated in the morning, then met with TJ. Tony was still super hungover, and then voted in ammo. And then he joked about, I want whoever drank the most last night. So it seemed like it was all one day.
Oh, that's right.
The voting and then the elimination.
You're so right. And actually, you saying that just made me realize that that's why. Because he would be hungover. Yeah. And it's probably why. It probably worked. That's why he fell. Yeah. Maybe not, but that is so. We'll he kept saying that too. Oh, that was so dark Tony. And horrible. Tony is. I wasn't really fully paying attention to what I was saying. I'm sorry.
So dark and horrible, Tony is Yoda.
He's not dark and horrible, but yes, I am Yoda. Okay, wait. So they do the double cross thing, and now I finally get what that is. I was like kind of confused because I was assuming it was something like whoever pulls it goes like you don't want to pull something, but
you do want to
it's
pull
really
it.
there's only one it's not like the person who pulls the wrong one goes in, which
like
was
we've
how
seen
I thought. That's
previous seasons,
right.
Yeah.
But no, it's sweet. So then the person, it's even dirtier. Oh my god! Wait.
But
it's so true.
I hate that they
is.
keep using the word dirty, but there are a lot of levels to this where you're never really innocent. You can't just kind of skate by.
Right. Johnny was saying that too.
There are people who are skating by right now, but it's not. It's
Jordan. Is he even there?
Exactly. But if Jordan drew the double cross, he'd have to pick someone, and then there's like a target on his back. So
there's no guarantee of skating by.
It's very difficult to skate by.
So then they choose the person, and wow, this is a great format.
Great format. And we didn't even get into the Redemption House, which
we don't even really know. All they've been doing is talking and drinking so far.
I know, which is the perfect element for Devin.
Devin is.
Devin is.
But he's getting out of shape instead of getting in shape for the challenge.
Has he ever really been in shape? He's kind of like
I guess.
Just a middle ground. Like, I don't think he works out that much. He just probably drinks on the weekends.
He was smoking a cigarette in one of those. They were never sober.
No.
Do they think they're gonna? And he's sitting at the bar drinking. These girls, look at him. Just look at him right now, and they're just as drunk. Like they're drinking with them.
He just chugged this giant like pitcher of something, and but
gosh,
it's the perfect element for him because he doesn't have to compete, but he still gets to be entertaining, and he's like the leader of this group.
Yeah,
and
it's like, are you the one? All over again.
I think the only reason they have him. They are going to keep asking him back because this is only his second season, but he's entertaining enough where they're going to keep asking him. Is once Bananas finally goes by the wayside, they need someone to do that first night toast, and Devin is the man for it.
Yeah,
he is clear, and his like fist pumped, like he did that when. I mean, he did it so many times on Are You the One Second Chances, and he did it.
He did it in his season already.
He did it already this season. Yeah, he did it this season when they got to the Redemption House. Like,
yes. That was the first.
Yeah,
I know. Oh my gosh, that's such a good impression. Okay, so this episode.
Yeah, well,
should we get into that?
Yeah, because I think everyone who's listening has hopefully watched the previous three.
Right.
You know what happened. You know
the
Shane
highlights.
And Simone, Ashley.
Shane and Simone, the champagne bottle thing. Like,
I know. Talk about a moment that. Like, the producers are just kicking themselves. I mean, there's probably so many of those moments where, like, should we send a camera? Nah.
I know.
And then two people get kicked off during that. That would have been... And, like...
I just
okay, we gotta talk about this just because Shane...
Bit Devin. He had a bandage on.
They showed the doctor, like, dressing it with, like, gauze. Oh my god, that was...
Dressing it.
Right? Is that the proper term?
That's the term.
I mean... My sister's a nurse.
Oh. Shout out to Maggie. Okay, but no. Also, Shane, you're watching the footage, you're cutting to his interview where his face is just fucked up.
Yeah.
Do we swear on this? Are we allowed to?
We're rated E, as your dad says.
Rated E, that's right. Yep.
Rated E.
We're rated E. For everyone.
But yeah, his face was fucked up.
It was, and so it was like, what happened? And they didn't have footage of it.
I know.
So it was like, what could they do? I think they did.
It was like a dramatic retelling from each person.
Right. I think at one point they just like showed a broken champagne bottle.
Yes,
they probably broke it themselves and put it there, like put some filter on it. It was so great, but also horrible. Yeah. And I'm really, really glad that Simone also got kicked off from what I can see.
Gather from everything.
Like, I wish...
Yeah,
I wish Shane stayed.
I know, he's exciting to have on the show. And
those Raines brothers need to get it together.
Remember, he left last time because Tony got so sick and turned, like, green.
Yeah, green.
And then this time he got kicked off. And he almost got kicked off that previous season, so he's not really... He's those Raines brothers. they just get worked up.
They're not meant to be on TV, I don't think. It's just
No,
like you can tell
they're
that
not.
the camera
Tony,
pumps them up. Maybe not. That was such a broad statement that I don't really have any
definitely
backing on.
pumps him up. The times that Tony got drunk on his season of The Real World, where he like would get blackout drunk and starts yelling at Jason about, I lived in the bayou and we slept in the cold and I didn't have any sheets on my bed. And
But
all
but
this.
how do you know it was the camera?
I don't know. It's just the mixture of alcohol and the subconscious of knowing I'm on television. Just, maybe this is how he is normally too. But
I hope not, but I hope you're right. Yeah, I was just thinking about that too. But I just felt like even in this, it was almost like he was just like nodding off or whatever. Then was like, I just felt like he was aware that he was on camera. And when he completely forgot. So are we at a point where we can talk about this moment?
Yeah, we're in the episode now.
Okay.
And that was really the biggest first moment.
He completely forgot that he had said that to Kara. Even the next morning. And he was saying, like, you look like my mother. You look just like my mother at 60. And Kara was like, I don't know what his relationship is with his mother. It was out of seemingly nowhere. And then he just, it was like he almost looked at the camera on his way around. But are they even cameras? They're like people. I don't even know.
Yeah, I think there are.
But you know what I mean? Like, and he was just like so dramatic, stood up. Like, it was like, dude, you're fueled by all the eyes that are on you. That's your problem. Don't do that.
Yeah, it's like
don't be on TV. And maybe same with Shane.
It could be the eyes on him. It could be like he like, obviously he said something weird. Kara, you look like my mother.
At 60.
Yeah, a pretty...
Her hair was, like, I think he was just like on another planet.
He absolutely was.
Yeah, he probably does more than drink. Maybe. Oh, that was such a scathing accusation. I have no 0% facts, anything on what I just said.
I think it'd be...
Maybe edit it out. But he was not with us. It could have very easily been just alcohol, but whatever.
Yeah, and I think just when he gets drunk, and if whether it's his fault or not, but if he senses that...
There's tension.
That people are like, can know that he's really drunk, it just riles him up. You know?
Yeah, he just is not a good
He's not a good drinker. No, he's not. And so he's getting worked up, and like, Bananas is... Thank God for Bananas, because I think Tony maybe would have punched someone.
I have a great theory.
So say your theory.
Great
Bananas
theory.
is like adamantly shoving this lollipop in Tony's mouth.
Yes. Like,
come
not
on,
in
Tony,
his
come
mouth.
on, come here.
But no, he was just up at the couch.
Come on.
He just kept, like, smacking him while Tony was talking. And then when they're outside talking, they do it. My theory, they're obviously weed lollipops.
Yeah.
Cannabis.
From Amanda.
Yeah.
That's the extension of the theory.
She sent him over via carrier pigeon from the Redemption House.
It's really the only thing that makes...
and they know. It's all fake. They know. I'm kidding.
Well, honestly, I think that might be... Maybe someone is listening to this and thinking we're actually crazy for thinking this. But it makes sense because he was so adamant on getting that Tony to have that, because it would calm him down.
That's exactly why I thought that, yeah. And they're both... like, why would you be needing to give someone a lollipop? A lollipop?
And why would then...
At that time of day.
And Tony is worked up, absolutely.
Time of day.
And multiple people have them, too.
Talking. Yeah. Oh, I only saw them too.
I think Derek had one. Like, I saw people in the background.
Right. But I mean, if they're in the house and people have him in the background, that's fine. Him... like tapping him on the shoulder with it, making sure that Tony, that's what you would do with a water bottle.
Yep, water bottle and a piece
something
slice
that's
of bread.
Gonna fix this situation. And so I was like, oh duh, like get him tired, get him calmed down, and get him to bed.
And
feed him, get him to bed.
And I think just another proof that it might be a weed sucker is Tony in that moment so worked up. I feel like that's something you whip out of your mouth and you throw it at the wall.
And he didn't?
And he didn't. So just...
all right, yeah.
Maybe He knew that was going to be a good thing for him.
Absolutely.
But he did. Johnny was holding him back, and Tony at one point had this moment where he wanted to say something, and just had the sucker out of his mouth, and then just caught himself and didn't say anything.
See, it's peaceful.
I know, but that was such a funny moment.
I didn't catch it. Shoot, I was looking. We kept looking at different things while watching it. Remember, you were like, "Did you see Marie there?" And I was like, "No,
Marie
I was looking at CT."
Marie was dancing while all of that was going on.
Gosh, okay, but I wanted to say really quick too that because just last thing about that Tony thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because the audio while they were going into that moment, it was outside the house, was Bananas saying, why does it smell like burning hair? Then Tony comes out with a fried egg, I'm saying seemingly too much. Why? It looked like it was just, he was blowing it. Steam was coming off of it. It was so piping hot, just on a fork. Not even a napkin.
Classic drunk move.
And I thought, because the look everyone was giving him, whatever, and because of the burning, I thought there was hair,
actual burnt hair
cooked
in the
with
egg.
it, hanging off the bottom. That's what I thought, and I was so grossed out and taken
Maybe
aback.
it was
And then
Kara's
I realized,
hair, and then that ties back into him getting mad at her.
Yeah, his mom.
I don't know,
used to cook hair.
I thought that was so funny when he offered it to them and just ooh,
I know,
flung it in front of their face.
It was. It was funny, but I was.
It's kind of the point
I had a
with
pit
Tony.
in my stomach watching it all, yeah, and just all of their faces looking at him, no one else was like that.
And Anissa in her testimonial typically keeps it pretty real, and was just Tony, what are you doing? You're just a bad drinker. You get to the point, and she said, I think we're not even seeing Tony.
Yeah,
it's another.
He's just not
being.
even there, right? It's a different planet. Okay, oof, so sad. And, I mean, we've all seen it probably. He goes home.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, no. And why did that elimination... I forgot about the Redemption House. Or do I forget about it every time? I think I forget about the Redemption House every single week. And I'm like, oh, yeah, they stay.
He's got
Derek.
a chance.
Right.
Yeah.
Jinx.
So that's kind of all the drunk drama. I mean, we did have the Nelson Bananas scuffle, but that was more so just Nelson being a hothead and wanting to get involved in stuff.
Which, true. And that is the reason it seemed so almost inappropriate for them to have slow-mo.
Oh,
and Nelson, there was a commercial break between it.
And they showed that
Slow
on the
motion.
preview for this week, too, as if a big thing went down with
And
Nelson.
nothing
He
happened.
shoved a security guard and that was it. So, I mean, whatever.
So, yeah, save the slow-mo shots for things that are things. This is not...
Things that are things.
This wasn't a moment. Am I right?
I don't really think it was. And
it wasn't. He didn't go home.
It didn't change anything within the game.
Mm-mm. And TJ did call him out, but Tony got so much of the... Nelson pulled the fucking double exit. And
Nelson got the good luck.
Another bad thing about Tony, I want to stop talking about him, but he's Nelson, who got just as drunk as I did, isn't feeling any of the karma, and I'm feeling all the karma. It's okay,
I'm not sure.
Baby.
I'm also not sure they were on the same level of drunk.
Who cares? Nelson didn't tell Cara Maria that she looked 60 and then forget. So when she brought it back up, he got in her face.
Yeah.
You did that. Just stop.
He owned up to it. He did.
He was, but it was almost ugh. I hate bringing this down because it's supposed to be a nice thing, but Tony's the type of person that, his owning it is to make him look pitiful. I just deserve it, maybe I deserve it.
Yeah.
I think it's a play on his end to make people feel sorry for him.
He acts...
And not have to deal with any...
He does a good acting job during his, apology to the camera.
What if Tony's a sociopath?
I don't know, Rand. Tony's my boy. Tony is my boy.
Okay,
You know,
so true.
Tony's
so
like the
Who
home.
cares?
Tony for me, because it was the first Real World season I ever watched.
It was?
He's like the, because I didn't get into it until
That's
very
right.
late. He is like the hometown athlete that I kind of feel mad about, but I feel like I have to root for because they were in the first thing I watched.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Okay. So there was no challenge, right? It was just a whole bunch of drunk drama.
So
and
drunk
then
drama, and then we
elimination.
do the nominations, and
yes.
so
we do unanimous Kayla for the girls,
and almost, well, not unanimous.
Almost.
Yeah, unanimous Kayla for the girls, and unanimous Ammo for the guys.
I think
Someone
Corey
went for a
voted
stray
for
vote.
Corey voted for Johnny.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Because I want to go against him.
Stupid. Create his list.
Right.
His
So,
hit
but
list.
Leroy is smart
Mhm.
because they were considering voting in Tony, which I guess happened anyways.
Yeah.
But Leroy wanted them to vote in Ammo, so
Because
what was that move?
it was
Like,
it
about
was
trying to
they were
explain it,
debating
but really I just
between
want-
they were debating between Ammo and any of the other guys, I think. And
But I thought Carter
Leroy
mentioned Tony,
said-
and they were all like.
yeah, Tony
Yeah,
was probably
Tony.
the person they were
Then
voting.
Leroy said
that they should vote in Ammo because whoever pulls that double X is gonna pick Ammo anyways. So why put the blame on them for picking the other vet?
right, where they
and
could just
have-
take the easy way out.
And they could have one person of that bunch,
Yes.
Bananas or whoever, in this case Nelson.
Dude,
had
and
to pick
Leroy,
Tony.
that is actually really smart.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is probably his 6th season or 7th season, and he's finally coming along.
Well, he's an
learning his-
unlucky one too.
He's
Partners
very
always go
unlucky.
home. He got
gets
injured.
hurt, yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, or he gets stuck with a crappy partner
Yeah.
or something.
Um.
So that was a really smart move on his part.
Mm-hmm.
Man, yeah, him and CT look like they're
Boys.
yeah, and
That's
look like
what-
they're in control of the whole thing. CT is in control of the whole game. It seems like because he's talking to everyone, and in these Bananas is worried about him getting backstabbed, and CT's like calming him down, but also like talking to these other guys. Like,
Well, CT's just been on the winning team each time.
yeah,
He's always been a winner, and the wall sit. He's just.
I think he'll just.
He's
continue.
never been on the chopping block.
No, and it's going to be tough for him not.
And
to be.
Leroy hasn't either.
Mm-mm.
Neither has Jordan. If you win, that's the thing I love about this too. If
Jordan
you
lost.
win,
Jordan lost,
oh, he was on the losing team.
but no one's gonna. He's
I don't even
so
remember
neutral.
seeing him
He's neutral
say
right
anything.
now. So
But he had to vote, so you can't be neutral when you're voting.
he didn't have to vote this week.
So why'd you say he lost?
He lost. He lost in the. He was on Bananas and.
Oh, in one of the first episodes,
No,
I thought you
in
were
the
saying-
in the running challenge, in the
his team lost.
hall brawl or whatever you want to call it, his team lost. He was on the losing team.
So he doesn't have to vote.
He doesn't have to vote. So and because he's kind of in the middle with all these people.
I guess if
He's-
you win, no, I was completely wrong. Completely had it flipped.
Yeah.
So, but if you lose, no, I don't know, whatever. I think CT winning all this time. Well, no, he's not on the chopping block, but you do have to
Yeah.
vote.
If you win, you're safe, but you have to make a decision. If you lose, you probably don't have to make a decision, but you're up for elimination.
Right, but I just, yeah.
The only way,
So Jordan isn't winning.
and so far the people that we've seen get thrown in or nominated are rookies or people who have drawn a lot of attention to themselves.
Right.
Which
It's
is
like, we're still in the beginning, like the
Yeah.
auditions for American Idol.
yeah.
We're still getting rid of the
The lines really haven't been drawn. Yeah, we're getting rid of the riffraff.
And they're going to the Redemption House.
We're almost done with the riffraff.
I know, we are. I think next episode.
I mean,
Well, there's
Veronica,
really no
there's
riffraff.
like some on
I
the
don't
girls'
think she
side.
is. Veronica's.
On the girls' side, there's a lot more.
She got to the thing. She beat it out.
I don't think
against
there's.
all odds.
I don't think there's as it's as divided. There's kind of more small packs on the girls' side versus the guys' side.
Yeah, sure. But so where are we? I feel like I don't even know where we're going.
So Ammo and Kayla got nominated, and then we go to the elimination. and
Oh,
Jemmy pulls the double X by having everyone else not pull it.
Yeah.
And this is something that Marie was like scheming about, getting, if they nominate Kayla, like she wanted to break up the Kayla Jenna duo. And
which is so strange.
And then Camilla was kind of kind of on the block, I would say. She was being considered to be thrown in, so she goes and gets in Jemmy's ear to say you should throw in Jenna, and Jemmy immediately goes Jenna.
Yes.
And I jumped out of my seat.
You did. It was pretty...
It was awesome.
Nuts. It was awesome.
Especially because the episode opened up with them doing sit-ups and patty cake while this camera is panning around, which I mentioned to you during the episode was probably a drone.
Yes.
So how weird is that for that to be happening? And they're doing
running around.
What are those things called?
Getting strong.
Not cartwheels, but...
I don't know what you're doing with your body right
cartwheels. What are the other things?
Flips?
No.
Aerials?
Round-offs.
Oh.
They're doing round-offs together in sync and laughing.
And
then they get pitted against one another.
And that's... I didn't fully realize what was going on. I think I was getting a snack or something, but wow, why that was so dirty. And then I didn't realize it, but I thought it was a bigger thing. It was just dirty. They were definitely a threat for sure, but it wasn't like they were breaking up an alliance. It was just two of them.
Yeah, but Jenna goes really far in this game, so she's one of the, I would say, favorites to win it each season, on any given season. And the girls are not, Marie, Jemmy, Veronica, Brittany, I don't really know where their allegiances stand.
That's why I didn't know why it was so...
It's they picked the two people that had a for sure connection. We're let's just throw them in.
Right.
They're like a pack of wolves. They're just gonna, anyone that makes any noise, they're just gonna, I don't know. But it was, I loved it because they were building up to it the whole episode, and then it was great. It was great. And Kayla started crying before the elimination.
Oh, I was you girl.
Which is always great.
Girl. And you gotta get it together before you go into this. He was out of nowhere too. She was started her interview a normal pre-elimination interview. And I'm I just don't know why. It's oh no, you're done. But somehow she pulled it through. That was when she was trying to get her foot up, and I was
come on.
Just quit right now. I don't want to watch this anymore. This is so sad.
I was pounding my foot on the ground to try to do it for her.
It was uncomfortable to watch on a lot of levels.
And she was shaking, trying to stab that thing in the wall. I can't find the hole. I can't find the hole.
My stress level was rising watching it.
It was just
in a bad way.
It was cringe almost.
It was don't show us this. Just scoot.
Just
scoot
only
to
show
the
us
end.
Jenna's side.
I just want to see what Jenna's doing. I don't want to see this anymore. It's a train wreck.
I don't know.
But then she won. What happened to Jenna?
I don't know if she was spreading herself out too far. Jenna? She was trying to use her height to her advantage by placing the pegs really far away. And I think that was messing her up. She was standing on her tippy toes to try to get these things in. And really, it was tough for her to get up and down maybe because they were so spread out. Whereas Kayla just kind of put them in, and she was able to make it up and down faster.
See, I didn't see it that way. How could you say that the editing of both of those?
I mean, it's impossible to really tell. I'm just kind of based on the little bit I saw.
Because the tippy toe was Kayla.
The tippy toe was Tony, actually.
No, Kayla was standing on one peg. It was right before the Cringe Fest 90 seconds footage. She was tiptoe on one peg, shaking arms, trying to reach up super high. I mean, that's a good maybe, I don't know, thought, but it didn't match for me what I was watching. But then again, it was all over the place.
Yeah, we need raw footage of this stuff. I want to see a camera right so I can see both of.
Yep. I'm watching Ninja Warrior.
Yep. Yeah.
Sorry, I know you have the best editors on staff. They are overdoing it.
Mm-hmm. And I don't need a commercial break. for the ending of each of these. I just want to see it clean happen because
it ruins the suspense. We've talked about it before.
And so
now I'm thinking about the acne mask, and I don't want to see just like
and the rapping teacher.
Oh yes,
and
the rapping teacher and Aaron Paul dancing on it.
So I'm rapping about remainders and but.
Oh God!
But with the guys
shout
too.
Out to the commercials.
Shout out to that. Whatever commercial that is.
I forgot that we do that. Love it.
To jump to the guys because Kayla wins by some miracle, but with the guys too, it was
the footage. The editing was like,
and they
all right. Well, they just backtracked. 400% sure. Like
Tony falls,
one shot of,
and as he's running back up, you said like they were clearly showing footage of
before he fell. Mm-hmm. They had to have been, or it was just out of order. They just It was out of order. It didn't make sense. They showed a clip of Tony above him and then a clip of him passing him. And this was after he fell. Like, as if he had already climbed up there. It was just annoying.
I wish they weren't showing...
Give us that angle.
Yeah. I don't want the angle of, like...
I just want one angle.
Finish. Like, or not angle. I don't want it edited so, like, this was such a dramatic finish. I want it edited... so that, Tony looks like a weak competitor.
Right.
Because that's what that whole challenge was about. Tony almost at the top, choked because he couldn't reach the thing, fell. That was the pinnacle of the thing, and we saw that, but then they tried to make it seem like he was still going to beat him.
Yeah.
And...
it was annoying.
I don't think it was like that.
No, it probably wasn't.
No.
I mean, I'm sure he did climb up there super fast.
He probably made it close to the top.
It's just, that is seriously one thing that really, really bums me out about this show. How it would be so much better just for eliminations.
Yeah.
Do the challenge however you want. We don't have to necessarily see, it would be better if we could, but whatever. For eliminations, I'm sorry, but no.
Yeah, and I have so many people that watch this show, like, a lot of people online, like, pick it apart, like, this is LeBron James and Kevin Durant, and, like, these are top-tier athletes. And, like, this guy sucks at eliminations, this guy's great, like, but we don't really get a full picture of that week to week.
No.
And I want that.
I
saw that Corey was awesome at pulling those stakes out of the wall. He was a beast. But then, I mean, that challenge, it was pretty easy to see. That was an easy one to tell.
But it could have been easier.
Yeah.
Could have been easier and would have been more suspenseful. Like, and I do want to see the reaction of the viewers, like the other cast members.
Yeah.
But
they can't.
That's what they can edit in, right?
Have the whole cast on the bridge on the top of the screen, and then bottom quadrants have
like an Instagram format. Like
have Tony on one side, Ammo on the other, and that's what I want to see. I don't need to be cutting into Jemmy walking back and forth because we had to walk back and forth on this stuff, and it's I don't know. It's my one. It's always been a sticking point. The editing is always...
Yeah, we've definitely talked about it before, probably many times, and it's just another reminder. We're back. Dirty 30.
We're back. The editing is dirty as well. Trying to deceive us.
Editing's still dirty. Hasn't gotten any cleaner. Why would it for Dirty 30?
But yeah, so Ammo with the upset, and...
I mean, yeah.
Holy shit.
Ammo and Kayla come back home.
I think it's more of a... Ammo did fine. Perfectly fine. Almost won... normally.
Right.
And Tony just really is terrible at this show. Like, this is his 4th season, I think. And I don't think he's made it past, the second elimination on any of them.
Yeah.
He either gets kicked off, or he is just really bad. That rickshaw thing last season, where he lost to Shane because he was, just kept doing the same motion that wasn't working.
Yeah. He just, I think, is not smart.
Is correct.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, Tony.
Sorry about that.
And Jenna are being sent to the Redemption House. I'm excited to see kind of what happens there because I feel like it's building to something. Whether it's teams or whether it's an individual elimination.
Devin is going to be stoked to see Jenna come in.
Oh,
because he was so worried about his girls.
Yep.
And I can't wait to see Tony and Shane reunite.
No, Shane's off the show.
Oh, that's right. Oh my gosh, you got so mad at me.
Remember this stuff, Ran. We're
I'm
a podcast on the show.
Okay, I crossed out Shane's. I said, I don't know. I have it organized,
notes,
and then
yeah,
I was
thing.
looking. I meant to cross them off. Whatever.
Yeah.
The main list.
It'll be funny to see that. Maybe not funny, but ironic to see Tony hear that Shane got kicked off for being really drunk.
Yes.
Fighting.
Oh, because he doesn't even know.
Yeah, he has no idea.
Oh, that's gonna be dramatic.
That'll be interesting. Yeah. So
Oh my
I'm
gosh,
looking forward to. I hope we get a lot
I
of
can't
Redemption
wait.
House stuff. This
I
next
hope the
episode.
Redemption House has something to do besides
I know,
drink. Please. That would
Because-
be amazing.
And for Tony's sake, we needed to have something besides drink.
Oh my god, seriously, Tony's gonna get kicked
One
off
Rain's
right
brother
away.
has already gone by the wayside because of that.
Oh gosh.
Oh man. So
But yeah. Winners,
so-
losers?
of the season so far, MVP race. Who's your leader? Who's your leader in the pack for guys and girls?
I mean, I gotta say, I think CT is.
Same for me.
Because
CT.
he's doing so well.
Mhm. He's
And I mean, it's awesome.
He's doing so well. I'm no longer doubtful of him because he won the last season, and he really is. I mean,
He's doing so. The wall sitting one?
that
He's
was more impressive
huge.
than the other one
Yes.
because he should have been good at the football one.
Right. He was great at it. He was basically the mountain
Yeah,
from Game of Thrones.
but the
And
wall
then-
sitting, like, he had no business winning that thing.
No business.
He didn't.
Where did he get off?
I know that. I'm gonna have a.
I have a word with him
I
about
will.
that one.
Yeah, I got a gripe with him.
That was not a CT challenge. But he's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. Loser, obviously, Tony. I mean,
of
for
the
me.
season so far.
so
Yeah.
far, he's done horrible. And this episode, I mean, I'm definitely tainted by this episode. Probably wouldn't have said Tony
Yeah,
in any
I
of the
would
other
say-
ones, but
I would also
Looking at
say
everything.
Corey. Corey would be my
oh god,
loser.
you're right. But he's
He's always
Decent.
a loser.
but he's good. He's done good things.
Yeah, he's done very well.
But he sucks. His hair is the loser.
and like him with his hit list that like TJ totally kind of put in his brain and like Bananas put in his brain and now he's running with it. Like I have this hit list
Oh.
that I came up with. No, you didn't. Like
And you
It's annoying.
How do you have time to have a hit list? Your hit list is girls you're going to sleep with because that's all. Like
Yeah.
he's
I
not
wanna
in
see
a
him
bunch
go
of
up-
wars except
him
him
in like
and Nelson.
any sort of
Nelson is
him in any sort of
disgusting
elimination
obsessed.
against Derek. Like bye Corey.
yeah.
Like I want to see him.
I'm
not-
excited for
Yeah.
the people who have been winning and like doing like I just feel like we haven't really seen.
Yeah, we're
Much
like you said, we're just like
competition.
getting. Well, yeah, we've seen competition, but
But from everyone,
we're trimming
Jordan,
the fat still.
I
a little
haven't-
bit, and we
I-
haven't seen
There's been very few opportunities to see some of these people
shine.
be in a yeah.
Yep.
So I'm excited to get to that too.
For the girls,
love it.
For the girls, winner or like, who's your MVP so far?
Gosh,
I'm not even really sure. I actually,
not great with the.
I'm
girls.
gonna have to
I
say
almost think Veronica
why,
because
because she didn't do anything yet.
well,
I'm gonna
I
ha-
liked her in the other.
I'm gonna
episodes.
say Marie is my MVP so far, just because of her kind of maneuver, her mind games. She's in it finally. The last season, I barely noticed her. The season before that, she was on that weird, like Fort Lauderdale, St. Petersburg. What was her team that she was on for Battles of the Seasons?
St. Martin.
St. Martin. No, I don't even think it was that. I don't know what it was.
It was.
That team that she was on with orange-haired Rob.
And Trey, the most
my God.
cringe-worthy
Yeah.
challenge competitor
So like,
of all
I
time.
don't even. She was such a non-factor. She's finally in it. I noticed her. I'm excited.
St. Thomas.
St.
It's St.
Thomas, that's what it
Thomas.
was.
St. Thomas.
I'm excited to watch her. She's interesting. Finally, to me.
And she looks great, I think.
Yeah.
In her interviews, she got some extensions put in. She looks awesome.
She's
A
my
little
MVP
fashion corner thing. She's your MVP.
for the women.
For the ladies. I know I have one in there somewhere, but I just can't even think of it.
There's a
it's
lot of
not
girls.
Camilla. And
It's
it's
not
not
Cara Maria.
Kayla. it can't really be Jenna. It's never Cara Maria. Although I did love her gratuitous, like, bashing of Tony at the... But she didn't even... She cast her vote for Ammo.
Yeah.
But, and, like, CT's reaction to Nelson or to Leroy was so good, but...
Oh, my God. I know. I can't believe I said Marie. The MVP of the season is Tori.
Tori!
Like, by far.
Oh, yeah.
She's winning these things, and she knows where she's at.
Yep. I'll go Tori. I, like, couldn't remember who was on it,
Same
honestly.
Same here. It's for sure Tori.
It's Jemmy. Just kidding. I don't like Jemmy one single little bit. But,
we gotta have bad guys.
Yes.
It's a dirty
Tori
season.
is totally my MVP, too.
Tori's my MVP.
Simone is, like, the loser. She's, like, such a loser. No.
She's pretty
no
much
longer
the
here.
loser.
She's actually lost already.
Mhm.
Only person.
Ashley's pretty. Ashley's gone too. So.
Ashley, my girl.
Oh, she finally broke.
Yeah. I think my loser is Jemmy. She's horrible at the challenges.
Yeah.
And except I do love when she looked at TJ and goes, "It's a dirty, dirty game, TJ." Like, straight faced.
I know. She shines in a moment like that.
I know.
She
and
was
she
the
didn't even
perfect-
break
She was the perfect person for that to happen to.
Mhm. Meanwhile, Jenna couldn't get the smile off her face throughout everything.
She is a
She was smiling going home.
in Toy Story 2 when, like, in the outtakes when the Barbie is smiling and she's, "Can I smile? Can I stop smiling?"
Oh, yeah,
That's
that's-
Jenna all the time.
But she can't help herself.
Oh yeah.
She was, like, trying to act like she was trying to not smile because I could tell she felt so sad. And it was just this natural, like, empty smile, but it was still there. And I was just like, oh my goodness. Complete opposite of Jemmy, like, it's a dirty game, TJ.
It's a dirty, dirty game. I got to get that clip for the opening of the show.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Okay. Before we reveal any more production secrets, let's say goodbye.
Yep. We will see you guys next week and the rest of the season. I felt like back at home, sitting at this table, talking on air.
Yep.
About this show I love, and it's a great season. I'm excited to be back. Spread the word. We might start out with 5 listeners this week. I don't even know.
Oh my gosh.
We got to build it back up. We got to build it back up. Spread the word.
And yeah, Perfect Match Podcast.
Mm-hmm. Tweet at us. We will be active.
It's not Perfect Match. It's Perfect Match Pod.
Perfect Match Pod. At the Perfect Match Pod. At Perfect Match Pod. No. Butchered all of that, but it's at Perfect Match Pod.
We're not going to get any emails anyways, so I'm just kidding. But, okay, we're back. We love you. We'll be back with Are You the One stuff later.
In the future.
Yes. See you next week.
See ya. Bye.
Could keep my hands on myself. Pick out dust them off, put them back up on the shelf. Kiss my little baby girl isn't me. Am I coming out of left field? Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. I've been feeling it since 1966 now. Might be over now, but I feel it still. Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. Let me kick it like it's 19.